Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from the YouTube channel Redolessence, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And in today's episode, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Tower Perfumes, and this one is called Lude, so stay tuned. This fragrance was released in 2018, and the perfumer is Andy Tower. Now, Andy Tower is an indie perfumer. He has a ton of fragrances that I really enjoy. Vetiver Dance, L'air du Désert Marocain, Au Cœur du Désert, and here we have yet another oud offering. Not that he has too many oud offerings, but this is an oud that is meant to be unlike other ouds on the market. And I think in many ways this fragrance was kind of a response to a lot of the other companies that release an oud scent and they claim to utilize real and natural oud when in fact they're just using a synthetic accord. And so this is a real oud that was obtained from a plantation in Laos. So it's a Laotian oud. It has rose in here, if I'm not mistaken. It has cypriol, which gives it a smoky touch. It has castoreum, which gives it a leathery vibe. It's a multifaceted fragrance, and I know it can be picked up at Lucky Scent, so if you are interested in at least getting a sample of it, the pricing for it is not too bad for the quality that you're getting here. I believe it's $275 for a 50 ml, and I'm going to leave links for it down below if you are interested in checking it out. First things first, let's start things off with the presentation. Now the presentation for this one is really nice. I must say I do have just a mini of it, but it comes in this aluminum tin. And then the bottle of this one is very similar to other bottles by Tower Perfumes. It has the iconic pentagonal shape. It is a twist-on cap, nothing at the bottom on account of the fact that it is a mini. And then on the back it says Lude, that was written on there with a silver Sharpie by Andy Tower himself, the perfumer. Happy to have this one in my collection. Let's continue with the smell. Now, as the name of this fragrance would imply, you are going to get an oud note that's in here. And the oud note is from Laos. It is a Laotian plantation that he sourced the oud oil from, and it comes across very natural and rich and robust in its approach. It also has a bit of castoreum in here. Actually, it has a lot of castoreum in here. And castoreum is an animalic ingredient that gives off a leathery vibe, and it's actually used in a lot of leather accords. So it's a smoky, leathery oud. It has a tinge of spice, and it has this base of vetiver that kind of complements the dark, brooding nature of the other natural ingredients. The vetiver that's used in here is not polished or squeaky clean or easy to get along with, but it's dark, it's down to earth, it's natural, it's rooty, and it kind of goes along with the vibe that the other ingredients give off. Now, as far as the overall blend is concerned, this is for the true aficionados of the art of perfume, for the connoisseurs out there, for those who are into artisanal creations, and this one just speaks volumes in terms of its natural approach and the ability to really bring you to a better place emotionally and mentally. This is a spectacular release from the House of Tower Perfumes, and I've been a fan of Andy Tower for a very long time now. I have several of his offerings, including ones from the Towerville collection, and in terms of quality and how much I like it, this one is no exception. Let's finish things off with my overall summation. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, there are a lot of oud fragrances on the market. As a matter of fact, I have one behind me. I'm sure I have more than one with all of these homages that I have behind me here. And oud is multifaceted, it's multidimensional, but it can also be utilized in a number of different ways. The way that it's used here is a dark, natural, smoky, leathery, spicy, peppery oud that is very likable, not for the faint of heart, but in terms of quality, it's really high up there. Overall smell is also pleasant, but it's one that's challenging. It's one that I would recommend for the aficionados and the connoisseurs of the art of perfume. In terms of its longevity, no qualms. I did put a little bit on my skin. Of course, I have a mini of it, which I think will last me a long time. It will go a long way. And in terms of the projection, I got very ample projection. I don't think I can really say that it ever radiated beyond an arm's length, but it definitely created a small, intimate, personal bubble, and people noticed it when they got close to me. Versatility on this one is compromised, unfortunately. This is one that I would wear in the colder weather, and due to the price tag, this is not that I would wear casually unless you really want to put yourself into a more meditative mindset. And that's something that I've said for a lot of other natural perfumes as well. It really brings you back to nature. It allows your mind to run wild and really experience what the splendor of a lot of Eastern countries is like if you've never been there, and I personally have never been there. Greece is as far as I've traveled. Now, the last category that we have is the presentation. I do have a mini, but even the attention to detail on the mini is really cool too. You have Lewd, that is handwritten by Tower, and not Lewd, L-E-W-D, but Lewd, L''O-U-D-H, which is French for the oud. And my final verdict on this one is I love this fragrance. Now, in terms of oud fragrances, I don't wear a whole lot of them. I do from time to time. There are a lot of other oud-based scents that I absolutely love. Oud Picante by Riche Lador. And a lot of the more designer ouds are very easygoing and very, like Creed Royal Oud is, I think, very easygoing. Not a designer per se. It is a niche house. But here, you have something that is done to a natural extent. It's something for the connoisseurs. It's something very rich and powerful, and it has the ability to transport you. And for that reason, I will be loving this and treasuring this in my collection. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Lewd by Tower Perfumes. If you're interested in picking up a sample, I'll leave links for it down below. I know Lucky Scent carries it. Also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos if you are new to this channel. And remember to enable notifications by clicking on the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. This way, whenever I do put out new videos, you will get a push notification sent straight to your phone, and you never need to worry about missing any of my future content. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.